What up, Laker family? It's your boy DTLF back with another post-game recap. As the Lakers just absolutely laid a freaking egg, man, here versus the Phoenix Suns as they lose 125 to 108. But I am really unhappy, not because we lost, because thankfully the Denver Nuggets lost as well, and so did the Houston Rockets, so we keep up pace for that second spot in the West. But I am very unhappy at the way we lost and at the lack of adjustments that we just went through. All right. 125. First of all, we gave up 125 to the Phoenix Suns, and we only scored 108. I know we're coming off of back-to-backs. No good excuse. LeBron didn't play yesterday. Should have been fresh to go tonight. All right. Devin Booker missed the entire second half. He only played 12 freaking minutes, exiting early with an ankle tweak after only scoring 8 points. Okay. That is pathetic. There's absolutely no reason that the Lakers should have lost to this team. Okay, first of all, we went through turnover hell, man. We had 18 plus turnovers, worst of the season. That led to the Phoenix Suns 22 fast break points. All right. Luka Doncic spearheaded that in the second quarter, and it was so pathetic. That was the absolute worst game Luka has had in a Laker uniform. I won't say he single-handedly was, responsible for this loss, but he had a major role in this. So that was absolute trash. Rui, what did he do tonight? Not a damn thing. This is why a lot of people put his name out there in trade reports. This is why. 0 points, 0 for 1 in 21 minutes, only 1 rebound. Freaking pathetic, man. I don't care if you're coming off a back-to-back. That was absolutely lazy by our Lakers. We came out here. Don't get me started on freaking Luka Doncic again. 9 turnovers for Luka and 5 for Austin Reeves with 3 for LeBron. All right, 9 for Luka. People will look at his stat and be like, well, he had 38 points, Dan. It wasn't a good 38. He had a good first quarter and then was absolute trash after that. Trash, especially. He was minus 25 in the plus-minus. You got to figure that out. You can't come out here and lay an egg like that. I don't care how tired you are. DeAndre Ayton, again, efficient, but it didn't matter. 12 and 9, 6 for shooting. It did not matter, man. But there's a couple people I want to call out. For one, LeBron. I'm very disappointed in J.J. Redick and the fact that he kept LeBron out there in spite of the fact that the game was over. We're down 20 plus. Okay. He keeps LeBron out there, guys, to get his 10-point record. You bent over backwards and you took it up the tailpipe. You should have benched everybody the way they were playing. I don't care about no damn records. You showed what your priority was, and that was to appease your superstar. And that's really soft, if you ask me. We let Colin Gillespie and stupid-ass Dillon Brooks come out here and fry us, chat. Fry us in our own house, okay? In our own house, and we didn't show half-ass of an effort. We didn't even show a half-assed effort to either get back in transition defense or guard anybody tonight. Everybody played like shit. Luka, Austin, LeBron. You think you can... Absolute garbage and very valid clip right there, man. I'm telling you, man. We keep going under screens. Absolutely. Gillespie got a new career high 28. Gillespie. Who the heck is Gillespie? We always let a no-name player go off on us. We got to talk about the defense. You know who I'm the most mad at besides Luka, because Luka was an atrocity, especially in that second quarter. I feel like we lost full momentum. I'm really pissed with J.J. Redick. Tonight he was, as my good friend Diehard likes to call him, J.J. fucking-thetic, man. He came out here, chat, and he didn't make a single adjustment. He allowed Dillon Brooks to cook us. He allowed Gillespie to cook us. Vando saw 0 minutes, 6 straight DNPs. Not valid, not warranted. JJ is a stubborn mule, and this is the only thing I don't like about him as a head coach. He did the same thing in the postseason, made 0 adjustments and stuck to his guns. The only bad adjustment he made was not bringing up nobody in the second half of the final game. This dude, man, I'm dead serious, man. No adjustments defensively, man. LeBron looked disinterested, man. If that was the case, he should have stayed home. He should have just sat on the sidelines and cheered us on like he did the last game. Completely disinterested. Austin Reeves reverted into a role player for this game. Was garbage. Okay, inefficient, was getting cooked defensively. And I know what people will say, oh, we're coming off a back-to-back. I don't want to hear it. You're a professional. You're supposed to show up or might as well ask to be sat out if you're not feeling good. This was just an atrocity. Luckily, like I said, the Jazz, beat the Rockets, I believe. Last I checked, they were winning. And who else lost? The Denver Nuggets lost to the Mavericks. So shout out to the Jazz and the Mavericks for helping us out. But man, Zidane, first game I've seen LeBron suck. It's okay. It's the first time. Like I said, I'm not even fully mad at one particular person. I'm mad at all of them because they look disinterested. Wow, the big three had 17 turnovers alone. This was absolutely pathetic, man. No, I'm not trashing Luke. I'm trashing everybody. I'm trashing everybody, man. It's pathetic, bro. It's pathetic. We can't defend nobody after this performance. But the biggest blame lands on the coaching staff. They made zero adjustments. We were allowed to get cooked. We had fresh legs who hadn't played in 5 games in Vando, and we didn't see that. We could have threw Thero out there just to mix it up. How are you going to let 2 role players cook you? Devin Booker only played a grand total of 12 minutes, and we lost this game. They didn't even have Jalen Green. Okay, this was turnover hell. Okay, the Suns owned us on the glass without Booker spacing. Okay, the free throws was horrible. We're clanging shots in crunch time. The depth disappeared when it mattered most. The Lakers bench scored a pathetic 22 points on 8 for 28 shooting, 28%. Outscored 48-22 by Phoenix reserves. I've been talking about this bench for a while. We're going to have to figure that out. That was absolute dog shit, man. Absolute dog shit. Anybody defending any of these players is just a player fan. It's not warranted. You can't defend none of these players. They play like hot dog water. But I placed the biggest blame on the coaching staff. And what was even more pathetic from JJ was the fact that he allowed LeBron to get his measly little 10-point record. Who cares? We lost. Why are we chasing records when we lose? They should have sent a message and say, well, you guys don't play? Come sit right next to me, man. Simple as that. I don't want to hear no talk back on that. Why Bando's not playing is besides me, man. We didn't have Marcus Smart, who could have helped us in perimeter defense tonight. He would have been perfect to throw on somebody like Dillon Brooks, but he still had Vando. He's healthy. He's good to go. He fell so deep in the doghouse that JJ doesn't even want to put his pride aside to put him in a perfect game that would have been perfect for him. I don't care if we switched defensively. I don't care. He would have guarded somebody, man. These guys were getting off. We let Gillespie get a new career high. 28 points is his career high, and we let him have that in our house. We showed no pride. Laker fans were booing at some point. To be honest, everybody in Staples Center deserved to have their money back with this effort that they put out. I'm telling you, when Lakers come out and play with this effort, they're not beating nobody. Okay, and I know this is not the team we are, and we'll probably bounce back the next game. But this loss was just not acceptable. The way we mailed it in, coaching staff should have sent a message and benched everybody probably by the end of the third quarter, if I'm being honest. If I'm being quite frank. Okay, it sucked, man. It sucks to watch this. I feel bad for the fans that paid their hard-earned money, a top price for these tickets to get treated to that garbage. Because the Laker players didn't show up. Neither did the coaching staff. Nobody showed up. Nobody. Okay? I don't even want to turn on the lights tonight, man. It's dark up in this bitch. He said they should have let Adu play more. Man, JJ messed up today. Try something new. Facts. If something ain't working, you got to try something new. You got to. The Lakers have only 5 or 6 playable players. Rob needs to start cooking ASAP. Mark Walter didn't pay $10 million for a lackluster roster to get smacked by the Suns at home. Now, I'm not going to overreact like that. I don't think they only have 5 or 6 players. However, I do believe that there's a lot of dead weight on this roster. Not a lot, but there's at least 4 players that we can definitely do without. And if Vando isn't going to play, he's one of them, unfortunately. And it's not by his fault. This is not an okay game. This is not an okay game. I don't care what nobody says. It's a valid crash out. And trust me, it could be a lot worse if we weren't playing better in the previous games. But, man, this brought me bad memories of what JJ did in the previous playoff series when we got fucking gentlemen swept by the Timberwolves. Okay? He needs to be able to adjust versus younger, more athletic teams. We have versatile wings. Guys like Vando need to get PT. I do Thero as well, man. I know he's a rookie. But if Dillon Brooks is cooking all your wings, including Jake LaRavia, you got to try something new. This is where I say in-game adjustments matter. It's tough, man. We got to be better, man. We got to be better. This is why I question JJ come playoff time. Yeah, we are going to question JJ come playoff time because he hasn't proven himself in the playoffs yet. Been a great regular season coach. 50 wins last year. He's on pace for 50-plus this year. But we need to see what the heck is going on in the postseason. This cannot be it. Hit the like button if y'all want me to turn on the phone lines, man. I need to get to 400 tonight, bro. I get to 400 tonight. He said, say what you want about Luka. I watched the whole game. Every time he passed the ball to his teammates, they give it right back. They were scared. I'm mad at Luka for the turnovers more than anything. Luka could have single-handedly shot us back into this game, but it didn't happen tonight, right? It's a bad game by Luka. Fuck the 38. It was a bad game. Forget about the stat nerds tell you. Bad game, especially those 5 straight turnovers in that second quarter. We lost full momentum. We never regained it back, okay? Luka got to control himself a little bit better. He got to adjust, all right? And I'm not going to critique the Western Conference player of the week too much because this is probably, his first bad game of the year? I think so. Same thing with LeBron. I can't critique him too much. This is his first bad game of the year. Austin has had a couple. This is one of them. But I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you guys right now, they better get it together. They better get it together. All right. If they don't get it together, guys, we're going to be in trouble. It's like we were last year in the playoffs. This is a good little wake-up call. You got to come out here and play. Hey, I did see Dalton try all he could today. He's the only one. Dalton just doesn't even deserve the playing time, if I'm being honest, bro. He's not that good, bro. I'm sorry. And Gabe Vincent is just out there, this is why I call him Cardio G. He's just out there getting cardio, right? Gabe Vincent is too small. He's getting bullied every chance he gets. And what did Gabe Vincent give us tonight? Let's pull up the stat sheet and see what Gabe Vincent gave us tonight, okay? I'm going to pull it up right now. We're going to exploit Gabe Vincent. Gabe Vincent doesn't give you much. He gave us 3 points on 1 for 6 shooting, okay, and some horrible defense. That's what he gave us. I'm sorry. 3 points is not going to cut it in 21 minutes from our backup guard. We need better. Okay? But, unfortunately, nobody really gave us anything. Nobody, man. Off the bench, Dalton Connect 5 for 7. That's okay. But he's still -1 on the plus-minus. He ain't guarding nobody. Jake LaRabia shooting, what's happened to it? 1 for 3 from the field, -20 on the plus-minus. What happened to this man? Maxi Kleber had the best plus-minus. And Bronny James, who played in garbage time with Nick Smith. But we have room for improvement, that's for sure. I'm not going to panic, but I'm not happy about tonight's effort at all. Nobody should be happy. If you're happy about tonight's effort, you're not a real Laker fan, man. Hey, Dan, how do you see Ayton's game? Ayton's very efficient. He's very nice. I like what he's doing. Tonight, we didn't get him too involved. He got, like 8 shots in total? Not enough. We didn't exploit them for being small in the paint. That's on the coaching staff again. And the players who didn't get him involved. But Rui having a bagel is really alarming. I hate it when Rui has these type of games. He doesn't give you much else. That's why his name always pops up in trade rumors, and people don't understand it when he has a good game. This is why. This would have been a perfect Rui game. But Gabe got to go, man. He's too undersized. I'm sorry. Yeah. We're not. I'm not impressed by anybody, man. What the hell happened to Jake? Jake has been shooting, he started shooting lights out, but all of a sudden his defense isn't even that great right now. And I know people are going to say he's coming off of a back-to-back, but I got to be real, man. That's a poor and lame excuse, man. That's a very poor and very lame excuse, fam. And these are professionals. You're supposed to stay ready. The Pelican game should have been a blowout. You did it, and now you're going to use it as an excuse. This is why I want us to blow out the Pelicans and rest our starters. That way they didn't have no excuses for their whack-ass performance tonight. It was utter garbage, man. That's what it was. Utter garbage, man. Not happy about it at all. But hey, we got a super chat. Appreciate you, fam.
Santa, what's Christmas really about?
Super chats! Presents. I suppose.
I love Jim Carrey, man. Gotta love Jim Carrey. This is what I'm afraid of in the playoffs when it comes to Reeves. I need to know if he's for real and has to show it when it matters. Still have faith in him, though. He had a bad game. So did LeBron. To be honest, Luka put up big numbers, but the 8 turnovers were killers, man. We lost the lead when he started turning the ball over in that second quarter, and they got that confidence, and it was wraps. And I warned you guys about the slow starts, man. We've been having shitty first halves. We always develop bad habits. We think we're good enough to turn it on at any point. Tell you guys, somebody's going to catch us slipping. The Suns caught us slipping. They wanted it more tonight. They were fresh. They were energized. I told you guys pregame, they're going to be hungry because they have lost 3 out of the last 4. That's when teams are the most dangerous. That's when teams are the most dangerous, when they're coming in here hungry. And that's exactly what they did, man. And it sucks. Yes, we're still 10 games over 500. I'm not going to panic, but I'm not happy about tonight, bro. And if this game would have happened later on in the season, I'm talking about February or March, I would have really been pissed because we should get rid of all these little kinks and all this little negative play style that we have right now. The lack of energy should be gone by January, okay? That's when we start getting real serious. But there's no excuse for the effort that we play with, the low IQ that we play with, guys. There's no excuse for this, man. This was absolutely hot dog water. This game, the turnovers, bro, you cannot have 18-plus turnovers. Worst of the season, leading to 22 Suns fast break points. There's your ball game right there. If you take better care of the ball, you're in the ball game. We didn't do that at all. Trash. Absolute trash. LeBron, Luka, Austin all look disinterested, man. Luka looked interested for about one quarter. After that, I was over, man. It was over after that first quarter. We didn't really want to play. We showed glimpses, but that was it. Thank you so much, Isaiah Jordan, for the super chat, brother. Let's see. Sis says Rui has been on this team for damn near 4 seasons, and you still have to tell him where to be on defense. I don't give a fuck how many threes he can shoot. I'm ready for him to just leave. Well, you might get your wish because he's in a contract year, and if he doesn't show up for us consistently, then we're just not going to re-sign him. He may even get traded. This is why his name continues to pop up in trade rumors, because if he doesn't give you scoring, he gives you nothing. And that's the one downside about Rui. Yes, he's an elite shooter when he's on. Tonight he gave us a bagel, man. I didn't even notice he was on the court at all. That's disparaging because he has great offensive and defensive potential. He doesn't give you much defensively, and offensively, you know what I'm saying? And offensively, what is he doing? Right? Offensively. Rui only takes 1 shot tonight. Any inside info leaked on a trade? Well, his name has come up in trade rumors, all right? Especially for players like Wiggins, and maybe that's impacted him, right? That's based off what my sources told me. There's been conversations between the Miami Heat in the offseason and the Lakers. We don't know what players have involved, but one would have to speculate that Rui's name might have come up. And maybe he knows this, but that's not an excuse for him not to show up. If anything, that's going to speed up the process. You know? Let's see. LeBron lames. Damn. She hate LeBron. Plays no defense is the problem and will rub off on the Lakers players. And the more he hogged the ball, trying to get his number above single digits. Well, to be fair, LeBron James didn't hog the ball for about 3 quarters. It was only in the 4th, which I thought the coach should have benched him. He shouldn't even been out there because you risk injury. And it would be really stupid in a fireable offense to get LeBron injured. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Come on. Like, it would be really stupid to get him injured for a 10-point record. Come on. He's got a great record. Let it go. All right. We shouldn't really need to push those records. Okay. That was forced. Now, his defense is not going to be great because he's getting older. We're going to need other guys to step up defensively. That's just a matter of fact. He'll have little spurts when he gets a weak side block and stuff like that. But as you can tell, right now, I don't know if it's father time or if it's his sciatica acting up. He doesn't have the same explosion. He tried to get a weak side block, a trail chase down block, and the old LeBron would have got that. He's also been having trouble catching lobs and stuff like that. He caught one by Luka a couple of games ago, but you know his explosion isn't there right now. I don't know if it'll ever come back, but that's not the reason we lost this game, guys. Turnovers, low basketball IQ, and lack of defense and effort is the reason we lost this game. Right? There's not one player you can blame individually, but you can definitely blame them all, and especially the coaching staff for not making the proper adjustments. That's the bottom line. Coaching staff is there to make adjustments and react to what the offense is doing for us defensively. Where's Vando? Right? Obviously, we don't have Marcus Smart, but where's Adu Thero? Trying a young buck who's hungry for minutes. You never know. It might help a little. Never know, man. But, hey, we're just fans, and they're the coaching staff, and I hope they improve because if we're going to have a stubborn playoff like we did last time, we might be in trouble. True, guys, LeBron had a very bad defense today. They all did, man. I saw Austin Reeves getting cooked. I saw Luka getting cooked. But a lot of people talked about that trio and how we need to have the right players in the starting lineup next to them because they're going to have to outscore a lot of teams, especially if Vando's not getting no PT. If Marcus Smart, man, I'm concerned about his back spasms. Hopefully he comes back soon. He's a huge part of what this team does, especially off the bench. It's insane. And LeBron is 3-1 since he came back, and we already got people saying he doesn't fit. It's a little crazy to me, man. because this wasn't on LeBron. This was on the entire team. This was on the entire team, man. But again, people are going to look for their agendas and to get off their little agendas. That's fine. But where were these people when we were winning? Nowhere to be found. Nobody was giving LeBron credit for his great passing. Nobody was giving, Luka credit for his great scoring. Outside of the real Laker fans, we got to really put the agendas away because this isn't a one-player problem. You don't get rid of LeBron and then all the problems are magically fixed. You still have poor defense at times from Austin, from Luka. You're still going to have bad defense from other players as well. But for me, you got to use, you know what I'm saying? You definitely got to use what you have. And this coaching staff hasn't been doing that lately. They haven't been using what they have. And that's Vando. He's been out for now 6 games DNP. That's not acceptable. It's tough, man. It is tough. We're also winning with him. Very small sample size. 1 game lost, and people are looking to get this narrative off. But if we win the next 10, what are people going to say then, right? So again, it's just the way it goes, bro. Because Smart will be hurt like this off and on all year long. And it is expected, LA Mamba. It is expected. But the truth of the matter is, right? It's one of those things where we got to roll with the punches. We have other players available. Players that don't fit on this team. I'm questionable on Maxi Kleba. Gabe Benson is a primary. He does not fit on this team. Dalton Connect, I'm sorry, he had a nice little shooting performance in garbage time. Still doesn't fit on this team. We need more. There's a lot that we can improve upon, right? There's at least 3 to 4 pieces that we can upgrade for sure. Appreciate you, agent. Appreciate you guys, man. That's just the truth, man. I'm going to speak my mind whether people like it or not. And I got to tell you, coaching staff really fucked up not making adjustments. The players didn't show up. I don't know if they partied last night or what, or they just weren't interested and they mailed it in. Everybody in Staples should get their money back after a game like this. They really should. Everybody in Staples Center should get their money back. This was a robbery, highway robbery. Absolute highway robbery. People think Rui is better than Wiggins and Brooks. Probably not better than Wiggins. I'll still take Rui over Brooks. I know Brooks had a crazy night tonight, but Brooks he's a double-edged sword. He'll have nights when he shoots lights out, and he'll have nights when he shoots you right out of a game. Not a fan of players like that unless you contain them and you're able to bring him off the bench as a starter. Does he play good defense? Yes. He's an asshole, but he plays good defense. Sometimes he can get hot on offense. He's just not sustainable. I'd rather Wiggins. Wiggins gives you more consistency, if I'm being honest. But if you can somehow get a player like Dillon Brooks without giving up a major rotation piece, like if you could do Dillon Brooks for Vando or something, then, something you got to consider. They're not going to trade him, though. They're having a better season this year. They're, 4 games over 500 now? Right? So, all the LeBron and Luka haters are out. This man said Luka looks out of shape. No, he doesn't. This is the best shape he's been since rookie season. Crazy talk, man. I know he lost, but to say, oh, LeBron doesn't fit or Luka looks out of shape are just, they're crazy takes, man. I love y'all, but damn. D Prince says, Dan, do you agree with those saying that our 15-5 record is a buff because it's mostly beat teams under 500? That LaRabia is a bad signing and Bron is ruining us? No. People that say crazy stuff like that are just, I don't know what to call them, bro. I'm not going to address them anymore. All right, that's low basketball IQ. The Lakers earned their 15-5 record because we've been battling with injuries all season long, and we've actually played some good teams, and we've actually won. All right? And you don't just sneeze and get a 15-5 record in the NBA if you're not a good team, right? However, is there still some disparities? Is there still, I hate the fact, and I've been mentioning this even through the wins, that the last 3 to 4 games or so we've been getting off the horrible first half starts. Tonight was no different. The difference was we didn't never nip it in the butt. We didn't ever turn up. So Lakers feel like they're good enough where they can take the first half off and then turn up in the second half. That's going to cost you versus better teams. And I said this the other night. I said this the other night, man. Let's see. This game, we needed defense badly. Would have liked to see Vando. Exactly, man. So as bad as the players were, and yes, Luka, Austin, and LeBron were all bad. All of them. I like that people like to single out individuals, and it shows their true colors, but they were all bad. No, even Luka with his 38 plus was not good. This was not good. All right. The 8 turnovers they basically negated everything he did good in that first quarter. Okay. Because I'm not gonna say he single-handedly lost us the game, but he single-handedly lost us the momentum. Gotta call him out. Gotta keep it a stack. LeBron looked old tonight. Austin Reeves looked whack tonight. It was just bad. It was a bad combination Looked like they didn't want to be there, right? But if they're going to show up like that, man, they got some work to do for sure. Yeah, the Lakers must have went partying last night. LeBron had a slow awareness. A lot of disinterest in there, bro. A lot of disinterest from all the players, to be honest. Who played the hardest? Who really stood out to you guys? Dalton Connect in garbage time? Who stood out? Because to me, what I saw was nothing but the defensive deficiencies and breakdowns. They were getting broken down possession after possession. And we let a new career high by Gillespie, and we let Dillon Brooks look like prime Kobe with the fadeaways and shit. It was disgusting, man. And then here was the embarrassing part. Whenever Gabe was out there and we switched, and Gabe would try to guard somebody like Dillon Brooks, they just bullied him. Even Gillespie got to the spot and got right to the cup. So again, to me, we've gotten significantly worse defensively since Gabe Vincent came back and took all of Vando's minutes. We've gotten worse. I'm not going to wish injury on nobody, but I'm saying we got a nice glimpse of what life without Gabe Vincent was looking like, and we went right back to the source and just ruined it, man. To me, we ruined the bench a little bit. The bench has not been impressive since Gabe Vincent came back, if I'm being quite frank. Gabe Vincent is an okay three-point shooter. That's about it. His defense, he's too undersized. The way the Lakers like to switch, he just doesn't fit on his roster. Maybe on a different roster with a different system maybe he'd be decent, right? But it just defensively, man, it feels like a handicap on us whenever Gabe Vincent is out there, period. We already have plenty of those in the starting lineup. We don't need those off the bench. Off the bench, we should have a defensive identity led by Vando, Marcus Smart, Jackson Hayes, and somewhere in there we should sprinkle in some offense. But I told you guys I was not impressed by Gabe Vincent's preseason at all. At all. My guy LA Mamba said, it's sad. Yes, Dalton was the only one that was on point in garbage time. Yeah, it's not a good showing for us at all. He said Brooks wouldn't drop 33 on Vando. Just saying. Exactly. And I expected, man. I thought for sure, okay, no Marcus Smart again. Dillon Brooks is going off early in the game. Perfect time to throw in a different player that hasn't played, especially if they're going to use the excuse about playing back-to-backs. Vando hadn't played in 5 games up until tonight, and tonight it made it 6 DNPs. They got to be working on a trade. That could be the only explanation, because there's no way in heck that you bench a great defensive player like Vando. I know offensively he ain't shit, but defensively he's everything. He's the shit. All right, he is a coin flip. All right, if you get heads or tails with Vando defensively, you're gonna cook. Offensively, he's maybe good for 4 points, maybe one off of a layup. We get lucky, he'll hit a little mid-range or something, but we're not putting him out there for offense. We had plenty of offense. Not tonight. Tonight we barely got to 108. But and Austin and Luka and LeBron really didn't have it going. Luka kind of had it going in the first quarter, but after that. And I've been noticing a trend with Luka. He gets off to these hot starts. And the defense adjusts, and then he starts becoming more of a playmaker. And then they kind of take him out offensively, right? He's gotten plenty of quarters this season when he has 20 in the first quarter. And then he ends up with like 30 or 40. It's like, dude, you got 20 in the first quarter. I'm expecting 80. I'm expecting at least 60, right? So they got to figure that out, whether he needs to get in even better shape or whether he just needs to adapt better to defenses, whatever it is, to keep him going throughout the course of the game. Whatever it is, man, got to figure that out. LeBron gave up a layup for a 3 when he clearly weren't hitting our shots. Not trying to single out Bron. The whole team was bad. Just very questionable plays by the team. Let's turn it around. Again, what bothered me the most about tonight was the fact that we were down 20 plus, and with like 8 minutes to go, JJ decides to leave him out there so that LeBron can get his record. It's like, bruh, come on. What would happen if something really bad happened to LeBron during those final couple minutes that he was playing? You know what I mean? It's common sense. If you're getting blown out and the game is over, you pull out all your starters. And if LeBron doesn't like it, then tough shit. Everybody play better next time. That way you don't get pulled out early. You got to send a message to the team. Instead, the message you sent is the players run this team, and I'm just a part-time coach, all right? I'm really tough when it's in the middle of the game, but at the end of the game, whatever happens, happens. I don't like that type of message from a coach like JJ. I expect better. Better message would have been, hey, listen, you guys are playing like garbage. You don't want to play tonight? Come sit next to me right here on the bench. Forget about any records, man. We're not in there for the records. We're in there for the wins. And that's my main criticism of Coach Redick. That's on Coach Redick. He's basically allowing his good friend LeBron to you know what I'm saying, risk an injury or something. Like, that's whack to me. I'm sorry. He said, hey, we had a bad game, but keep Bando on the bench. No adjustments, man. No adjustments. Let's see. Gabe, I can say, was a bad signing because he's like the third season with us, and we've seen enough fake preseason performance and all. Yeah, D Prince, I'm not very happy with Gabe Vince. I haven't been happy with him. I think Gabe is more of an on-ball player when he was with Miami, and that's fine. We need less of that, more catch and shoot, and better defense. But he's just undersized for the modern NBA. As the years progress, we needed to, get stronger and bigger, and not smaller. We need to stop going for these 6'2" point guards, man. 6'1" and up. Nah, bro. It should be 6'4" and up from this point on, because that's what the NBA is trending towards. And whenever we switch a lot defensively, we switch off of any screen. We need to have versatile players that can switch onto anybody and at least give some effort. This dude was getting bumped. They were using the offhand to push him off. Granted, it's a foul, but he's too little, man. He got bullied, and they absolutely destroyed the Lakers, man. Credit to their bench and credit to the starters. They wanted it more. Even with Booker being out, it didn't faze them. I thought, okay, Booker's out. We're going to go on a run, get back into this game. We got Luka. We got LeBron. We got Austin. None of them showed up. They basically melded in, and I don't know if they got a stat boy telling them, oh, Denver lost and Rockets lost. You guys could afford to lose this one. That's what it looked like. And that's just not okay, honestly. That's never okay to mail in any game. That's that all-star mentality, like at the all-star game when they're just out there jacking up shots. It looked like that. It looked like it was an all-star game. They just came out here trying to get their stats individually. Nobody was playing team ball. And even when they tried to play team ball, they were making silly passes and weren't communicating and playing well off of each other. And again, man, it's very disappointing because we had a chance to go 8-game win streak and create a little bit of separation between us and the Nuggets and the Rockets, who all lost tonight. All the top three, the top 3 of the 4 top teams in the West lost tonight. And it just sucks, man. It just sucks, and we got to be better. We got to be better moving forward. I hope they learn from this game. I'll take any final comments, questions. Don't look like we're going to hit a mark today for the phone calls, but hey, man, save it for phone call Friday. All right. He's an M+. LeBron laughing and smiling with the Suns bench down 20. Mamba would never in a million years do that. Gotta be better. Leader LeBron. They all do it. Luka does it too. Austin does it too. They're joking and they're acting like we won some sort of award already halfway through the season, man. It's like, yes, we're up by 10 games over 500 in spite of this loss. But you should never settle, man. You should never be satisfied. You should want more. You don't want to build any bad habits. We built a bad habit, and that's letting up in the first half and trying to turn up in the second half. Tonight, we couldn't turn up in the second half. Gave the Suns all the confidence and credit to them. They put the pedal to the metal and took off on us. All right. But defensively, it was a joke. Offensively, it was a bigger joke. And it's just one of those things, man. You come out here like this, guys, you're going to lose. And this is one of those teams over 500 for sure. This is one of those teams over 500, but the Lakers did not play good, man. We shot 51% from the field, but we gave up 57% from the field. 57. We gave them 6 more shots than we took. 6 more shots is a lot, right? They pushed the pace and got 6 more shots, and they were more efficient from beyond the arc, right? So again, but from the field goal, it wasn't there, man. And I'll tell you, they had 35 assists. We had 18, which tells you that we were playing like individuals out here. We had 22 total turnovers. They had 11. In our house, we had 22. One thing if you're on the road and you have a meltdown, but in our house, and then we only scored 46 points in the paint. We didn't use DeAndre Ayton enough. They had 56. They don't have a lot of bigs in there. So that tells you how bad our defense was, the fact that we couldn't. They at one point were leading by 25. Our biggest lead was 6. So again, it's extremely disappointing. But hey, here we are. I hope they learn from this. We already took an embarrassing L to the Hawks without Trae Young and without Zachary Rizashane, without a bunch of players, Kristaps. And now we take a loss to the Suns without Booker, essentially, without Jalen Green, without another one that kills. What's his name? A little white boy name who's a great 3-point shooter. He's a dirty player from Duke. Grayson Allen. They were missing so many pieces as well. So no excuses, man. Let's see. Jonah Stacy says, I agree. We shouldn't have lost the game, and they lose, and they didn't even have Devin Booker in the game. It's just an embarrassing loss. We got killed by Dillon Brooks, man. We had this man out here twerking in front of our home crowd, and we didn't do nothing about it. I didn't see no fight tonight. I didn't see that signature Luka game where he goes, oh, yeah? Comes back and punches him in the mouth. I didn't see none of that. I wonder what's going on with the locker room. Not much. I mean, the chemistry is good, Jonah. The chemistry is good. But the problem that I have here is the fact that the Lakers felt like this was a game they could mail in. That's a horrible mindset to have. I don't ever want to see a quit like this. And I think if Marcus Smart and Vandal were out there, we would have seen a bigger dogfight out there. For sure. We maybe still lose this game, most likely, the way we came out shooting, but we at least would have fought and made it a little bit more interesting. And that is on the coaching staff to me. Because obviously Marcus Smart is not on the coaching staff, but Vandal, come on, guys. I just don't understand how you have a talent like Vandal defensively. You don't utilize him. It's not like your bench is cooking without him. It's not like our bench is cooking without Vandal, guys. You know what I mean? Like JJ is acting like our bench is cooking without Vandal. Like, oh shit, like, you know, guys, we had 22 points on 8 for 28 from the bench, 28% from the field. We got outscored 48-22. We got more than double. So there's absolutely no reason why Vandal shouldn't be playing because our defense needed some help. I agree that no way in the universe we should lose to a team without 3 other stars when we have ours healthy. JJ also said the team was out the night before the Hawks game. That's what I'm telling you, man. JJ got to stay on top of these boys. Got to make a new rule, man. Hey, we got to be in. We can't be out. We got to be in if we want to win. All right, we got to be in it to win it. After win, go out. Cool. You got a day off. Cool. Recover. But you can't be going out before the game, especially on the road. That sucks. That sucks to know that. You know, we need better leadership from both Luka, Austin, and LeBron as well. All 3 of them. Gotta need better leadership. We got to hold guys accountable. You did nothing to deserve going out and then catching an L. Should have waited, got your dub, and went out if you wanted, even if it's in a different city. But, man, it's going to get interesting because, again, this team does have some areas they can work in for sure, man. They do have a lot of room for improvement. That's the good news. Good news is we've been impressive to start the season at 15-5. We still leave a lot to be desired. I know there's another notch we can go. There's another octave we can go to. And people are waiting for this bad game so that they can get off their criticisms. You know? People were waiting for that. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. You know, one of those things. Hey, Dan, our team, Lakers playing down to the competition against the Suns, right? It sure looked that way. But to be honest, the Suns are a better team this year than they were last year. Last year, they weren't even a playoff team. This year, they're maybe a play-in team, maybe. They're 4 games over 500. They're better, but still not an excuse for us to come out and play like this. We're clearly the better team on paper. But it's not about, you don't get dubs on paper. You get them in between the lines, man. That's where you get them. D Prince says, Suns still won't make the playoffs, mark my words. Let them celebrate their championship tonight and their MVP, Dillon Crooks. But it's not about that. You know what I mean, Prince? I understand where you're coming from. I'm not worried about the Suns. I know they're not a contender, but I'm worried about the Lakers, man. They got to kick that habit of starting off slow to the curve. They feel like they can outscore anybody, and tonight that wasn't the case. We got stopped. Credit to the Suns. They played phenomenal defense. They dropped 125 on our head while holding us to 108. 108 is the new 98, the way free throws are called nowadays, right? So they essentially held us to under 100, and they did it without Booker, and they did it without Green, and they won. They had role players looking crazy. That's on the Lakers. That's on the Lakers coaching staff, and that's on, most importantly, on our efforts, man, or lack thereof tonight, right? Yeah, maybe we should have sat Luka and Austin, but again, no excuses for it, man. No excuses. And the next game is going to be tough against the Raptors, and then after that, who we got? Regardless, the next games are going to be tough. Nobody's going to let up. They're going to look at film and say, okay, this is how we have to attack the Lakers. We got to push the pace. You know, LeBron is older. Oh, Luka doesn't play great defense. Oh, Austin Reeves can get cooked if he go left. Like, they're going to look at these games and look, how did the Suns whoop the Lakers without Devin Booker in the second half? Oh, this is how they do it? Great take for the Raptors. And the Raptors are young and athletic, and they got a lot of hungry dogs. They got Tiny Dog, aka Brandon Ingram. Again, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to save that for pregame. All right, for the next game, guys. That is going to wrap it up for me here, man, for the post game. Again, very discouraging loss. However, we're still 15-5, so the sky isn't falling yet. We got to get back on track here and get on another win streak, guys. The Lakers are very capable. They haven't lost back-to-back all year. That's the good news. The bad news is we're dealing with some injuries that are lingering, like Marcus Smart missing 3 or 4 games already, right? Got to be better, man. We have to be better for surely. Final comment says they got to get in a better head of state before every game, and Rob needs to make a move to get some more bench production because clearly JJ has zero trust in them other than Gabe and LaRavia for some reason. I agree with everything that was said right there for sure. Guys, that is going to wrap it up. This video was brought to you guys by Underdog. All right, promo code DTLF. You guys know what it is to get you that $100. Final week of getting that $100 bonus with promo code DTLF. And then we're going to get a new promo next week. So stay tuned. But this is a great deal right here. And shout out to the sponsorship. Shout out to all you guys. Please do not forget to hit that like button. Please. And subscribe if you already haven't. I will see you guys here for the next one. All right. Enjoy the rest of your night, even though the Lakers try to sour it. And have a good one, guys. Peace.